Welcome back, folks, to the Millwright Show. This is episode 411. In this episode, we're going to be talking about how you get real estate digital leads, high quality ones in 2024. 2023 is coming to an end. It's gone quick, isn't it, folks? Plus, my normal co-host, Robert Newman, has gone away on vacation for the month. So taking his place is my co-founder of Millwright, Adam Brown. And so, Adam, would you like to quickly introduce yourself to the listeners?
Yeah, so Jonathan and I have been working together for past, man, are we coming up on almost 2 years?
Probably 3.
Oh, wow. And I also have a marketing agency, so really familiar with videos, photos, working with Jonathan, all the SEO, Google video reviews and things like that, as well as the program he's got going. So thanks for having me on.
No problem, Adam. Adam, like I say, really specialises in video and Facebook. And I do the website and the SEO. So
good compliment.
Yes, I think so. So, folks, in this episode, Adam's going to be doing this show with me and probably a couple of shows in December, and then we're going for a break before over Christmas and the New Year. But we will be back, and hopefully Robert will be back as well from his trip. So, like I say, in this episode, we're going to be discussing how to get digital leads in 2024. And let's start off, I think the number one thing, and we've hammered away during 2023, is video. Video in all the mediums that we've been talking about will help you attract more leads and better quality leads through Facebook advertisement, through YouTube, through Instagram, or if you're really, really up on the edge, TikTok. But we're probably going to be discussing video for Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. So what's your thoughts about video and utilising video to get better quality leads, Adam?
Yeah, video is huge. It's pretty much the staple now with online, even using static images on social media. It's just not getting the reach that it used to, which is unfortunate for, the photographers. I also do photography, but video is kind of more my niche. And it's not a waste of time to do static images, but it is worth your time to start implementing video if you're not already. We should have been implementing video, not we, but everyone out there, years ago, right? Just because of how much more effective and captivating it is to reaching people. Plus, it works better. It's better for SEO. It's just better all around. So highly suggest it. And it's why we kind of keep pounding on this with all the different workshops and stuff that we're presenting.
Yeah, obviously these are different platforms, folks. So different types of video work on them. The other thing is, most of you are either going to have a really great iPhone or you're going to have a good Android, and almost all modern phones now have a fabulous ability to take video. Actually, Adam had some technical problems and he couldn't utilize his normal camera, so he's recording this with me using his iPhone, and it looks fantastic. Because he's got the lighting set up. So what I mean by different types, in Facebook, we can, a lot of people, they don't want to take video of themselves. Adam can develop utilising video library of pre-taken video and slides. We can make some effective videos without you being part of the video. But if you can take some video, and which we can utilise, the more the better. But we can advise you. So Facebook, it's if you're going to utilise it for branding, it's best if you can video yourself about the local market, about what properties, showing properties, walking through a new property and promoting it. These are all excellent ideas, but when it comes to Facebook advertising and utilizing video, you don't necessarily have to be in it. When it comes to YouTube, that's a bit different because that's really more about education. Would you agree? Because I think, Adam, when it comes to YouTube, people want to know about different aspects of the area that you're active real estate agent in. They want to know about the schools, the parks, the amenities in general, the market in general. It's really very informational focused. Would you agree with that, Adam?
Yeah, and yet, like our household, my wife and kids, we watch a lot of YouTube for the entertaining purposes. We don't have cable, for instance. So, using it for entertainment reasons, which really, if what we're sharing on YouTube as real estate agents or whatever industry we're in, if it's not entertaining and it's just spewing out all this information without having some fun, it's just not going to be as effective either. So yes, totally agree. But also kind of keep the fun aspect as you're being resourceful and providing information to people.
Yeah, I see exactly where you're coming from, Adam. It can't be too dry, and it doesn't necessarily have to be too. Don't want to end up like me, folks. But it doesn't want to be too long either. But if you could do a monthly video about what the market is like in your area, show some of the properties, talk about the different areas, the different types of property. We've discussed finding a niche if you can. That will help resonate your videos to the right target, and offering a resource and talking about that resource during the video, having some lead magnet, having a landing page that they can go to get that lead magnet, and having a link in the video. That's important as well, folks. Now, when it comes to Instagram, what's the situation? Because you've got the different type reels, and you've got the different types of advertisement on Instagram. What's your thoughts about this, Adam?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, you have the reels, which is more of that vertical portrait way of holding your camera, your phone, for instance. And there's stories, which is going to use the same kind of format for that placement. And then you can do posts still. Facebook, for instance, when you do a post, it's turning it into a reel. So they're owned by the same company, so that kind of makes sense. And just kind of as a little pro tip too, YouTube has the YouTube Shorts. So if you're already doing the portrait format, up and down with your phone, and it's quality enough, and it's resourceful enough, and it's entertaining, if you can make it short and sweet and make it look pretty decent with your phone, which I think you can, I know you can actually, you can also post those onto YouTube as well. So you're kind of getting more bang for your buck with the time and effort you're putting into creating these videos. So definitely check that out too.
Yeah, it's really important, folks, that you just have a plan of action where you have 1 or 2 hours a week and you knock up a few of these videos and you keep at it, because for branding purposes, the more you get in front of your target audience, the more trust and acknowledgement you will build up. It's going to be, which will make your other paid advertisement or your other attempts to get good quality leads a lot more easier. On to the next thing, reviews. Now, I think reviews in general, getting really good reviews, get them on your website, utilize them on your Google local business area page, getting them on your Zillow, the free Zillow resource that they offer you. But just generally getting reviews is one area that a lot of real estate agents fail on. And it's really, I think it's one of the key factors that really will determine how effective your digital lead generation is compared to other people, your ability to have a system and getting reviews. What's your views on this, Adam?
Yeah, I feel like you and I hammer out reviews and try to reinforce that because it's super important. It's really good for SEO. Google loves it. Like Jonathan said, ditto to all of that and integrating it into your website as well. It's huge. It's necessary. Reviews are basically today's word of mouth without talking to somebody. When we buy stuff, whether it's a home or some kind of electronic device, we are looking for reviews. What are people saying about it? And I don't know about you, but when I see it's got 4 to 5 stars, that's when I start to kind of look a little bit more, versus if it's a little less expensive and doesn't have 4 stars, I probably won't look at that one just because of the reviews. So they're powerful and they're really important.
Yeah, and having them linked to a social media platform and then utilize them on your landing page or
Yeah.
your paid advertisement is really going to increase the effectiveness of your paid advertisement. We specialize in Facebook and Google local adverts platform, and having reviews and having those reviews generated by a social media platform and then utilizing them is really important. Just writing a review, getting a written review and putting it on your website helps, but a lot of people will dismiss it as well. If it's linked to actual social media platform, gives it more credence, and it will really make a difference to how effective your outreach, especially through paid advertisement. It just makes a big difference. Now with MailRite, I just want to plug the MailRite platform. It's a CRM, it's a social media platform, and we got a really easy usable CRM inbuilt.
Mm-hmm.
Plus it does text messaging and email and text drip campaigns. But we also got a really fantastic inbuilt review platform that you can send out a request asking for reviews in batches, and that really saves time. And we've known people utilize it, and it makes the whole process of getting these reviews and getting it more systematic a lot easier. I think it's one of the gems of our MailRite system, really. Would you agree with that, Adam?
Yeah, I think it's such a great way, and it's user friendly, and it's got a little bit of a, what would you call it? So if reviews come in that are, under a 7 or something, right? They go through kind of a process, so they're not immediately posted onto their website, right?
We asked for a mini survey from people, and you can set the it's like 1 to 10. It just asks them. Obviously, if you ask for them to write out a full review straight away, you're going to get a lot of resistance. So it just sends a quick email. They click it, and then it asks, "Can you give a rating of 1 to 10 stars about your experience?" You can set it at 5, whatever limit. If it only give you 5 or below, it will take them to a screen asking, can we have a chat? Can you give me more feedback? If it's 5 or above, depending where you set it to, it will then ask for a quick review, and then it will take them to either Google or Facebook, and they can leave a quick review there. And we find this system just really helps agents get a lot more reviews. So let's talk about Facebook adverts. I think about almost a year ago, Facebook was facing a challenge because they were dealing with the new position that Apple had brought out, and they made it much harder for Facebook to get the information they need that enables them to make their adverts really effective. But the good news is, folks, that through basically using artificial intelligence, Facebook, through army of their developers and a load of money, basically, because they had to deal with this, because it was affecting the results people were getting from Facebook. Now they're getting better results than ever, the reports I'm getting, and Facebook has just come back. And I think for a real estate agent, combining video, which we mentioned in the first part of the show, is really important. What's your feelings about this, Adam?
Yeah, I mean, I think with Facebook in particular, it's good to run some test ads and do video, do different formats of the video, and also do carousels and static images. That way you can kind of test and make sure the money's going into the placements that are the most effective. And so you're not losing as much money, but also gaining more quality leads through being more strategic with your advertising on there.
Yeah, it's really important though, because with the mail right system, you've got two choices. You've got the DIY element of WordPress where you get a fantastic website which you can brand, and that's yours, and IDX integration as well, plus the suite of all the tools, the CRM, the drip email, the text messaging. That all comes in a DIY package at one of the best prices out there. But if you do, and you can then do your own Facebook adverts and run your own campaigns. But we also offer a concierge service where Adam and our team can manage the campaigns for you. So you've got options with us. So that's the basic choice. Our platform is really powerful, because most people go wrong, and I want to see if you agree with this, Adam, is they run their campaigns a bit too short, and they don't have the consistent follow through, because with Facebook adverts, people are at different journeys on their house purchasing or selling journey, and it's a disruption platform. So video, they think, I want that information, or I want to know about that property. Then you send them to a landing page, you get their name, email and phone number. And then our system will email them over a month and text message them. And then after the month, it puts them on another list, which then they will be sent a monthly type newsletter. So it just keeps them in your sphere of influence, because they're all at different stages of, like I said, the buying or selling journey, aren't they? What do you reckon, Adam?
Yeah, I think you nailed it. So obviously test them. So create different placement formats and sizes. I think people don't spend enough money on it. I would definitely put at least $50 if you're trying to get any significant results and you want their AI and algorithms to really try to pull what you're trying to do. When you put $5 or $10, it's just not really going to be super effective. So you will get into it what you're putting into it, which is good and bad depending on your budget and what you want to spend. The other thing is people don't run it long enough. And so, you can't run it for 2 days and be done. Although I have had clients say, stop, we have enough people, like we're good, which is always a great problem when you spend $8 and that's the case. So that just doesn't happen too often. And so, run it for like a good week, maybe even 2 weeks, once you know which placements are performing better from the tests that you're doing. So yeah, that's a couple of quick tips. We could really spend hours and hours talking about this.
Next week's show, we'll probably do a deeper dive about Facebook.
Yeah.
The main thing is a lot of people give too much information in their Facebook advert. You need to be in what I call with Facebook the Goldilocks area. So you give enough information to intrigue them, so to click on the advert and go to the landing page. If you give them too little, there's no reason for them to click the advert. But on the other hand, you give them too much information, they won't click either, because they got everything they wanted. So that's why, if you do want us to run your Facebook advert, we got a great concierge service, and it's $250 a month, so it's not outrageous, folks. And then we recommend that most areas you need a $250 budget to start off with, so that's $500. And we run 1 or 2 campaigns a month for you. You do have to sign up for 6 months though, because it does take, there are upfront costs. We have to interview you, find out. It's a customized service to some extent. We've got a library of different campaigns that work, but we do customize them for each clientele. So we need you to sign up for 6 months, but it's not an outrageous amount of money. And we find that people get fabulous results from it. Or if you want to, you can sign up for the MailRite platform on its own, which starts at around $150 or slightly underneath, and you can do all this on our platform yourself. So you've got great choices. So
Yeah.
Email and text marketing. I think, the money's in the list, as they say. It comes from a lot of the leading individuals that start talking about digital marketing, is that building up your email list and then emailing those people and keeping your email list, your database up to date and relevant. Text messaging is powerful, but we suggest that when you run a campaign, you can text people, but you do it like you send 2 email and you send 1 text message, and you do that for the first 30 days. And then you just put them on an email list afterwards. That's what we recommend. So I think email has been proven. When social media, Adam, first came out, and it's great, social media, but a lot of so-called gurus were saying email was finished. That's turned out to be totally untrue, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's still effective. It's still necessary. If you're saying faxes, that's true with faxing, but email and
what's a
text,
fax? What is
yeah, right. I know, what is a fax? No, and so
I bet when you say that to your family, they just look blank at you. Most people,
my kids
most
probably wouldn't even know what
millennials
that is.
don't even know what you're talking about, do they?
Yeah, a facsimile. Yeah, and the good thing is, if you aren't good at following up, the MailRite program with the email and text drip campaigns basically really helps you out with that. So it's always good. I mean, the sooner you can follow up, the better, but it is set up in a way that there's multiple touches through that first week. So you're kind of top of mind, tip of tongue, and you're going to find out if they're interested, or can you put them in the pipeline inside the CRM. So it's great because you can put notes on there and things like that of the process and conversations and things, just to keep you fresh next time you go in there. So check it out.
And like I say, we've got a full, you can build a full email text campaign, 30 days or plus. We've got a landing page builder that's really easy, but it's flexible, and you can build great landing pages. Plus, we provide some digital lead magnet resources, or you can upload your own, plus the review platform, plus the social media Canada. Because a lot of people, one of the key things, folks, is to get a result from social media, you really got to publish a lot of social media content. And most agents, it's feast or famine. Either you got no time at all, or so the other key to social media is every month post a lot of content. Well, you can pre-populate, and we help you there. We supply to all our clients a calendar worth of 1 post a day to Facebook and other platforms. We provide that free of charge, and you can add to it. So it just puts your social media on steroids, basically. Yeah. Last thing before we wrap this up, Adam, is Google local service ads. We want to point out, if you go to the MailRite YouTube channel, we've got about 4 or 5 really great videos about Google local service ads. Do you want to tell the listeners quickly what they are, basically?
Yeah, so there are ads on Google that kind of hit your immediate area, and it's created through your business account and the information that you provide on your profile. So it's super important that you fill that out correctly. Like Jonathan said, we have several videos that can explain and walk you through that, or you could just get a hold of us through the website. And it's they're good leads. They're not inexpensive, but again, you're getting what you're paying for. I think Jonathan would say they're better than Zillow leads, right?
Well, it's basically
Different.
Google is competing with Zillow.
Yeah.
Basically, when you do a search for local service in Google, folks, you will see the top three, and it will be linked to a map pack, as this is kind of SEO terms they call it. Those free placements, not all the time. It depends if they've got anybody advertising on the platform, but in most areas, they're paid placement. And you want to be one of those. Basically, it's very similar in the way it works to Zillow Premier. They have you bid. If you're the highest bid, your advert will show. They know they match searches when people are doing a search in Google, and they know, especially when somebody's using a mobile device, where they are located, so they match the search. So these normally cost between $50 to $70 per lead. The great thing is that if you think the quality of the lead is totally rubbish, you can actually make a claim, and you can claim that money back off Google. Yeah. Zillow doesn't do that, folks. And we find they're much higher quality. But the key to this is you do have to pick up the phone. If Google senses that you're not, they will back off sending these leads to you. And second, you've got to set up your Google business profile, claim it, fill it in. We do have a service where we can assist you to do this. If you do sign up for the Millwright for the year, we'll set it up for you for free. If you don't want to sign up, there is a charge, but we will help you set it all up for you and advise you. So, but it's a more expensive than Facebook advertising, folks. But the quality of the lead, they're much further on their journey, their buying or selling journey, than what a Facebook lead is. Facebook lead, but you can be lucky with a Facebook lead. You can show up at the right moment, but in general, they've got a much broader intent of either purchasing or selling. With Google, with the Google local service ads, they tend to be much further on their buying or selling journey. So their intent is much later on in the process. That's why you have to pay that price to get them. And it's very similar to Zillow. But as we all know, the quality of Zillow Premier adverts, unless you pay for their screening services, which is an extra cost, they get offshore VC to actually ring up the prospect. That's all extra cost that Zillow charges you, so it gets very expensive very quickly. I think Google local service ads is much better value. You just need a little bit of help. And the brutal truth, folks, is almost 80% of real estate agents don't set up their Google local page correctly or don't claim it at all. And it's just bonkers, basically. So I think it's time to wrap it up. We're at the half-hour mark. We'll be back next week. We'll probably talk about Facebook in a bit of depth, or video equipment. I thought for the next 2 weeks, if Adam's up for it, we could do 2 shows before the Christmas New Year break. And in one of them, we'll talk about Facebook advertising in a bit more detail. And in the second before we go for a break, we talk about video equipment because Adam knows everything about that.
Yeah.
So what do you reckon, Adam? Do you think it's been a good show?
I think it's been a great show. And guess what? If all you have is an iPhone, I just recorded on my own iPhone. So you could do it.
I
No
gotta tell you,
excuses.
Adam, I think the
Doesn't look too bad, huh?
it's amazing. Well, you've got all the lighting, Adam.
Lighting helps, and honestly, you could spend like $30 and have enough lighting. So
yeah,
maybe we should talk about that too, right? Some more tips
Yeah.
for you to maximize your reach and make it look good for pretty inexpensive.
Hopefully you've enjoyed it. Give us some feedback, folks. And we love you to go to the Mel Wright, leave a comment on the Mel Wright YouTube channel. Give us some feedback, and we will be back next week with another giving you some real value, some real insights. See you soon, folks. Bye.
Yeah.